Hello, my name is Pilayao Shimre. I'm an English teacher. Hello, children. Life is a precious gift of God. You all know that. We should all celebrate life by making others happy. Words of inspiration and encouragement should be spoken to bring joy and happiness to others. Our emotions can be broadly divided into two, positive and negative. Now, positive emotions are those which are good, like courage, happiness, joy, etc. Whereas negative emotions are those which are bad and harmful. Children, today let us learn a poem which evokes positive emotions in us. It is called A Dawn Song by Ezra Pound. It is from chapter 7 of your poetry section, English literature. Now, before we get on with the poem, let us learn a few things about the poet himself. Ezra Pound was born in 1885 and died in 1972. He is generally considered as one of the most talented and controversial poets of the 20th century. His significant contributions to poetry begin with his promotion of Imagism. Now, what is Imagism? It is a movement in poetry which derived its technique from the classical Chinese and Japanese poetry, stressing on clarity. Clarity means very clearly, and precision. Precision means exactly and accurately, and economy of language also. Now, his best known works includes Hugh Selwyn Mobile, The Seafarer, The Return, and In the Station of the Metro. These are 5 of his most, famous works. Now, let us discuss a few things about the poem. A Dawn Song is a lyrical poem. Now, what is lyrical poetry? Lyrical poetry is a formal type of poetry which expresses personal emotions or feelings, typically spoken in the first person. It is normally short and highly musical verse, and it conveys powerful feelings. And the poet may use sometimes, a rhyme meter or other literary devices to create a song-like quality to the poem. Now, in this poem that we're going to learn today, you will also find that the poet has used poetic devices like metaphor and imagery, as you would find later. In this poem, Ezra Pound praises the glorious creation of God while watching the delightful scene of daybreak, and at the same time, the poet is also conscious of his responsibility of guiding his fellow beings, human beings, with his pleasant song throughout the long journey, tedious journey of life. So let us read this poem and learn what the poet has said. Let me first read out the poem. God had put me here in earth's goodly sphere to sing the joy of the day, a strong glad song, if the road be long, to my fellows in the way. So I make my song of the good glad light that falls from the gate of the sun, and the clear cool wind that bloweth good, to my brother everyone. So here, dawn. Dawn meaning daybreak. When we say dawn, it is the first appearance of light in the sky before sun rises. And dawn also suggests the notion of illumination, of hope, of beginning of a new day, and thus a chance for improvement and happiness. When we say sunrise, sunrise is a symbol of birth and rebirth and of awakening. So the title of the poem itself suggests hope and beginning of a new day. Now in the poem, God had put me here. He says God had put me here. God, that means he's trying to say that God has a wonderful purpose for sending the poet on earth, and he's trying to fulfill that purpose. In earth's goodly sphere means here the poet has used imagery. Imagery, goodly sphere, earth's goodly sphere is an imagery used by the poet. Imagery used to describe the earth as a place which is very good, which is ideal, okay? And now when we say imagery, what is imagery? An imagery is a poetic device or a way of description that enhances the readers. You know what the poet is trying to make us know, trying to give us a perception or understanding of the idea described in the poem. And next line, to sing the joy of the day. Here again he has used imagery, and to sing the joy of the day, he has taken it upon himself to bring or to spread about the good news or about the possibility of a new day so full of hope and happiness. A strong glad song if the road be long. Now the poet is saying that he would sing a light-hearted, a glad song, not a sad song, but rather a light-hearted, cheerful song, but a strong, glad song. Yeah, it is a glad song indeed, a light-hearted, cheerful song indeed, yet a strong and powerful song. If the road be long, to my fellow human beings, that means the long road that has no turning. In the Proverbs it suggested the long road that has no turning suggests the changes you experience in life. The turns in the road make it worth living, or in case if it lacks, if there is a lack of change or absence of change, life would be far more mundane and boring. So here the line, if the road be long, suggests encouragement when things are not going well. So here he means that if the road is too long, we could say that the poet is giving an encouraging message to his fellow human beings embarking on the journey of life as himself. If life seems dull, if life seems dreary, dark and long, there is always a new day or a new dawn breaking. And even when you are at the lowest point of your life, there is always hope. I think that is what he meant to say. Now in the next stanza, he says, so I make my song of the good, glad light. Here again, he is reiterating that he is singing a glad song. In the first stanza also you came across, him singing a glad song. Here in the second stanza, he is repeatedly saying, that he is singing a glad song, and he has taken up the responsibility of making people see the light and brightness that falls from the gate of the sun. Now, where does his song falls from? So I make my song of the good glad light that falls from the gate of the sun. Now, here he is reiterating that he is singing a glad song. In the previous stanza also you have come across him saying that he is singing a glad song. That means he has taken up the responsibility of making people see the light and the brightness through his glad song. Now, the glad song that falls from the gate of the sun. Now, the phrase gate of the sun is a metaphor used by the poet in this poem. Metaphor, what is metaphor? Metaphor is a figure of speech in which a word or a phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. It is not the literal meaning. There is this thing called literal meaning and figurative meaning, okay? So what is metaphor? Yeah, it is a comparison which helps explain an idea, or it is an implicit or hidden comparisons between two things that are unrelated, that may not be related, but which share some common characteristics. For example, you can say, my brother is the black sheep of the family. Here, he is neither a sheep nor black. It means that a person who has done something bad that brings shame and embarrassment to the family. In the same way here, in the poem, the poet is using the image of the gate of the sun to explain where his message or where his song has come from. He meant to say that it has come from heaven. The gate of the sun here suggests heaven. And in the next line, he says, and the clear cool wind that bloweth. Good. To my brother, everyone. Now, bloweth is an old form of the verb blow, okay? Now, it could mean that the poet believed that the songs that he sings is like the cool and pleasant, unpolluted wind of the morning, okay? When we say wind, when the wind blows, it suggests, good tidings, something that is about to occur or happen, something that is happening. So it means that, he's bringing the good news, okay? And the good news, it could mean that this message is clear and as crystal-like as the refreshing morning wind that blows. God kind of sent him to inspire and spread positivity among his fellow beings. So that is all about the poem and its explanation. But to carry on, as I have stated earlier, in a lyrical poem, the poet uses rhyme meter, rhyme scheme. Since this is a lyrical poem, we find a rhyme scheme in this poem also. It is just a short poem of 10 lines with 2 stanzas, and the rhyme scheme that the poet follows here is A, B, C, B, which is called triquatrain. Triquatrain. Now, the rhyme scheme, when I say rhyme scheme, now the ending word of the poem, all the ending words of each line, the lines of the poem, the ending lines, they are, some of them are rhymed together, but some of them don't rhyme together. So when they are rhyming, for example, in the first line, God had put me here. The ending of the ending word of the last of the first line is here. As in the second line, in earth's goodly sphere. So here and sphere, they are rhyming words. So it is A, and the third line, to sing the joy of the day. That is B. Now, fourth, fifth line, a strong glad song, if the road be long. Song and long, they are rhyming. So they are CC. And the last line of the first stanza is, to my fellows in the way, is again way and day. The third line, day, and the last line, way, they are rhyming. So they are like BB. So the rhyme scheme that the poet has followed here is A, B, C, B, which is called triquatrain. So that is about the rhyme scheme or rhyming meter of the poem. Now let me explain some meanings that appeared in the poem which you may find difficult to understand. Here in the first line, the poet mentioned had. God had put me. Had, what is had here? He means an old-fashioned third person singular. This is an old form, archaic word used for the third person singular form of the verb have. And again, goodly. The word goodly means something that is better than what is often expected. Sphere. Sphere. What is sphere? Sphere is an object that is completely round and shaped like a ball. Here it refers to the earth. Glad. Glad is happy and pleased, being pleased about something. And fellows, in the poem, in 2 lines you have already come across the words fellows. So fellows here, he mean in the poem people who are in the same situation, people who are in the here, who are undertaking the journey of life, his fellow human beings. And gate of the sun. Gate of the sun here means, again, as I have said before, it is a metaphor meant for heaven. Clear, cool wind. Here in the poem, it means the pleasant, the uncorrupted wind of the morning. Bloweth. Bloweth is, as I've said earlier, again, an old form of the verb blow. Now let us briefly try to summarize the poem in short. In the poem, The Dawn Song, the poet is speaking in a first-person voice He says that his purpose of life on earth is to bring joy and happiness to the people through his glad song, which praises the glorious creation of God while watching the delightful scene of daybreak. He is telling his fellow human beings not to lose hope when the journey of life gets too long and tiresome, but to be positive and, to be hopeful of a brighter future, just like the dawn brings a promise of a new, bright, beautiful new day. So that is all for today. Thank you.